He ran into the street, jumped up, and bit the guy, just nipped the guy in the thigh. I never trained him to be protective or to attack. He didn't have the command
Just
to
nipped
attack.
him. Well,
No.
watch this. The black guy circled around me and Matt, and one of the younger guys had a piece of wood in his hand, and he asked the father figure, should I go crazy on them?
Everybody listen to Derek Carter. Yeah. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, listen to a Pocket Party. Pocket Party. Durham.
And we're back, everybody. It's a special episode of the Pocket Party Podcast. I've got Dr. Dean.
Hey, Darren, what's happening?
And Dr. Nook.
Thank you. $1.
John DiResta. Hey, big shout out. Big shout out to everybody who's been listening and commenting and sharing. And we really appreciate it. Dates out the gates, man. I am coming to Austin, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Clovis, California. We are coming to Albuquerque and Reno and many, many more. And if you want to know where I'm going to be, go to my Instagram, click that little link tree, boom, sign up for the email list, and you'll always be in contact and know when I'm going to be there. And big shout out to everybody who donated on Buy Me a Coffee. Click that little link. If you want to support the show, it's the best way to do it. And John, where are you going to be?
I am at the Boca Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida, behind the Burger King off of Glades. And I am there November 7th and 8th, one show Friday, 2 Saturday, and I open for Vic DiBitetto.
Funny.
Then November 21 and 22, I am at Governor's in Levittown, the White Harlem.
Nice, nice, nice.
On Long Island, not in Long Island.
Yeah.
On Long Island.
And Dean, you just came back.
I was going to say, I can't beat what John has, but there is a prescription for it. But I did play the Boca Black Box, and I did open up for Vic DiBitetto. Hi, Vic, if you're listening to this, at Bananas in, I guess that's East Rutherford. If
I only did Bananas once, and it was in a tiny room in a hotel.
That
was it?
That was it.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn. It was like
And you want to hear how comedy club owners work? Remember we were talking, should I bill you for the water? Let's just sum all of comedy clubs up that way.
Yeah.
So I live in L.A. Steve Marshall says, hey, John, I see your calendar. You're going to be somewhere Long Island. I'm at Bananas. Can I see if I can? He got me 2 guest spots, a Friday and a Saturday. I guess I was there for something on a Sunday. And he said, just check in with the lady. I checked in with her via email, I guess, back. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And all I wrote was, can I get the address? So it was probably before iPhones. Can I get the address and landmark, mall, museum? You know what I mean?
You want to go down and turn left where the Burger King used to be.
You can always ask for directions at the...
And she hits me back with an email. If you don't know where Bananas is, I think you don't have to have these sets.
Wow.
That I already was looking forward to. I heard about Bananas.
Yeah.
And she literally, and I said, with the utmost respect, I live 3,018 miles from Bananas in Hackensack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I live in Hollywood.
Hackensack.
Right, one of those. Right. That came. So, but I smoothed it over, and it went great. It was a lot of fun.
That was a good room, and they give out bananas at the end of the...
I didn't... I don't remember.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
hilarious.
Bananas
you
all
were there.
over the room.
I just heard Jeff Ross did his take a banana for the ride, and I think at the end of his show he gives out bananas.
He was giving out bananas.
Yeah,
as well.
I wonder where he got that. I don't want to be Mark Maron again. I'm the new Mark Maron on this podcast.
Yeah.
But they give out,
name names.
They give out bananas at that place.
I
It
don't
was a
remember.
great-
I remember
great
just
room.
being an old lady, and I think the weekend I went, the husband died, or he went into a coma, and there was a sadness.
Yeah.
And there was a Russian girl. I remember driving. I had a car, me, Steve Marshall, and a very young Russian female comedian, and I'm laying it on a Miss Congenialities, 15 minutes, maybe Robert De Niro. And when I dropped her off and Steve, it was like, all right.
You know why? Because you didn't say Congeniality 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's it. And 3.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
And Mr. Congeniality.
Mr.
That's a gay porno I did.
and then you're in something, but it just
Shaving
hasn't.
Ryan's privates.
Oh, that's right.
Hello.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm hacking it up. Forewarned.
Yeah. Don't worry.
No,
hacky.
Miss Congeniality 3, there's a rumor
Yeah.
of it, and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Part 2, they get married, the script is written, they don't have financing, but I got stopped at a flea market 8 years ago. Are you John DiResta? Yes. Were you in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Yes. You were the brother-in-law, the cop? Yes. He said, I got good news and bad news. I'm one of the producers. The script is written. For the second one, they get married, and he goes, and someone tells the drunken, politically incorrect speech at the wedding that goes on too long, and that would be you. However, there's no financing for the movie. But the update is Matthew McConaughey recently said he would never do a part 2 except that.
Wow.
So the way Hollywood's working, they might make it to save the movie theaters.
That would be so cool.
That'd
know
be
what I mean?
good. Man, these movie theaters are like.
Oh, it's become a
It's
ghost
tough.
town.
Yeah, it's hard because there's so many like free movies online, and you can. I mean, I saw a meme the other day that summarized it perfectly. It's like you're looking at Netflix and you're like, there's nothing on here, and then you're going over, there's nothing over here, and you're like, screw it. Do I want to commit to a long 3-hour movie? And then they said, how many people do this? You skip that, and then you go and you just end up scrolling for 3 or 4 hours on your phone, watching
Doom scrolling.
right, watching TikToks and reels and
Police stops.
right, whatever you're into, you're just
Stop resisting.
right. You know what I mean? It just that's what we're doing now. It's like I ask myself, do I want to? Even when everyone's asleep, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna because we had Netflix for a while, and I'm like, all right, but I'm like, nothing's on there that I want to watch. I'm punching in like Clint Eastwood, and it'll be like some movie it's like none of the hits. Or if you're like John Wayne, here's someone you might
love
like.
this.
You'll love Yellowstone, but we don't have it.
Right.
Or something like that. It's like
You know how I answer? Just ask you. Just all the 3 or 4 biggest platforms. You just guys each ask me. Do you have?
do you have Hulu?
Yeah, Paramount.
Do you have Netflix?
I watch Gutfeld. That's it. That's the only thing I watch on my phone is Gutfeld.
Oh, you
every
watch-
night from 11 to 12.
It's on your phone.
Yeah, I don't even have a TV. I had my cable canceled.
Wow.
You know why?
Why?
A guy from Long Island was supposed to live on that couch for 2 days. From Long Island, Valley, Queens. That's
Gotcha.
what they call it now.
I gotcha.
I give you 10,000 above asking. He was supposed to be here 2 days, Rob Acasella. 3 months later.
Wow.
And he brought a pit bull. Imagine entering your own home and being worried about your life.
Being attacked, right.
Yeah.
I have the diabetes. One bite, the foot's gone.
Wow.
Was the dog friendly?
It was a pit bull. It sensed I
They're
didn't
the
like it.
sweetest
I don't care if
dog.
it was friendly.
Dude,
It's never friendly.
I'm with you.
Mike Tyson's friendly.
I don't care about.
Your friend.
I don't care about a friendly pit bull.
I don't care about a
Yeah.
friend. That's funny. It's an oxymoron.
Write that down.
It's like Brooklyn College.
They asked me if the pit bull was friendly. Yeah.
I have
You know what-
only
hold on,
had
you know
good
what I say?
experiences. I've only had good experiences with pit bulls, man. They're
No,
the
no,
sweetest dogs. They got a
Dude.
bad publicist.
You got it.
You're
You're not
create
winning
good
this one.
comments. We're going to get
You're
comments
not
on
winning.
this.
Who cares?
All right, so back to me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the only thing Acasella looked forward to, he moved here to be in a band,
Go ahead.
and they would practice, and he would come back here, take up my couch, and he loved Sunday football.
Okay.
He had my remotes
Yeah.
out, the computer, the laptop, the this, the that. So I just canceled cable, and guess what? He moved out.
That's what it took.
So I
Wow.
just don't have. But I was just joking. I don't really watch Lotus. I don't watch Netflix. When people talk about all these series,
Didn't you have like a Fire Stick type thing that had all these like shows from around the world?
I have some kind of free cable. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
right now, I could put it on, and Channel 6 will be Cleveland downtown news. Like it's that bad. Like I don't even know what the channels come from.
Yeah.
I watch news from Alaska.
Right.
For real.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The local news in Tallahassee.
Yeah, or you know what? There's a lot of
Yeah.
crazy, funny, zingy things, and it's like comedians from like South Carolina all doing bad sketches. You know what I mean? It's like funny time, whatever.
Shout out to Kevin
and
Alderman.
they cut to them on stage, and it's like it's as stale as could be.
He's in North Carolina. Sorry about
He's
that.
yeah. So,
Can I?
go ahead.
Not to interrupt. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, he was saying, but John was saying that he's opening for Vic DiBitetto, which I was saying the irony is that I opened for Vic at the Holiday Inn Bananas. And you mentioned the name Steve Marshall, who I just worked with and co-headlined in Roslyn, Long Island on September 27th at my father's place. And that was, my father's place was in the Roslyn Hotel.
Right.
They're no
and
longer...
I did New Year's Eve in Roslyn in someone's living room.
Okay, right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
But
So what are the odds?
What are it's a 6 degrees of separation. But you were asking me about any upcoming... Go ahead.
I got a question about bananas. So they give bananas to every audience member on their
I
exit.
did 2 shows.
That's a lot of bananas.
I did 2 shows, and I never saw anything, no bananas being given
Yeah,
out.
they
Maybe
were-
I was there on a non-banana night.
Yeah.
I was in the banana gun squad. You guys know what that is?
No.
What is that?
That's when you either get hurt or you get arrested or you have a drug problem. You get put into the banana gun. You don't have a gun. You have a banana in your holster.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
And you got to wear that in public?
No. Well, you're indoors.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
35 of you sitting around doing nothing. It's every cop that beat his wife,
Ooh.
that was caught gambling, and
Wow.
I had twisted my ankle at Chauncey's in Long Beach,
Okay.
and I snuck into work and threw myself on the ground. And I had 6 months off. And then to get me back to work, I went to the Banana Gun Squad for like a month. And guess who was in the Banana Gun Squad with me? You think I'm not close to fame?
Rob Acasella.
That's funny. Remember Huggy Bear?
Yes.
His brother was a transit cop.
Wow.
What was Huggy Bear's name in
Antonio Fargas.
Antonio Fargas.
And the brother was like
Yeah.
Jeremy Fargas.
He was in my traffic school class when I taught traffic school in LA back in the
The
90s.
brother or the real one?
The real one.
So look at that. What are the
Huggy Bear.
odds that...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Connections.
I feel like this is Kevin Bacon's podcast.
6 degrees.
No, you want to hear a crazy 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah.
My wife, Fran, was enrolled in AA right by your office. And the lead singer of Journey
Steve Perry.
had the hots for my wife,
Steve Perry.
Fran.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm from Fresno. He's from Hanford, 26 miles away.
No shit.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
He liked her, and he let it be known. And it even like it came up every now and then as a joke. Or if I opened that front door and said, "Get out,"
She'd go to
she
Perry's house.
She said, "Where would I go?"
Wow.
I said, "Go find Steve."
You know what's
The wheels in the sky keep
about
turning.
burning? You know what's funny?
I know where he lives, by the way.
You do?
Look at, I
Yeah,
know
it's-
where Serge Tankian lives.
Oh.
Pounded.
Serge Tankian?
Come on, how dare you?
Who's
Get
Serge
out.
Tankian it? Is that
The lead singer of System of a Down.
Oh, okay,
Armenian heavy metal.
Yeah.
My friend.
My friend, bro.
Okay,
bro.
so watch this.
Hold on, let me tell you
ahead.
about Steve Perry. Steve Perry, man. He had a crush on your wife. What's your wife's name?
Fran.
And the last few concerts, he changed the name, Oh Sherry, to...
friend.
Oh, no. Was that a joke?
Dean knew about it. Right?
But you know who did that?
Oh,
Hold on, watch
friend.
this. This is crazy. You guys know
Yeah.
Eric Edwards.
Sure.
He did a one-man show
Yes,
25
he did.
years ago.
Yeah, about his mother and
And I went to it on a Thursday night, and he talks about falling in love with a woman named Suzette. Let's just say
Yeah.
that's the name.
shout out to Eric, by the way.
The next night we went, and this is the way I remember it. I don't know. I hope I'm not talking out of school. I think he was doing it just to be cute. He said, I fell in love with Fran. And said Fran's name while we were in the audience.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, but here's the funny part of the story. Steve Perry has the hots for Fran at an AA meeting. And it's anonymous, so I'm not supposed to say it.
Yeah.
My brother Joey's wife
Allegedly.
in Jersey has a problem, I think, with Oxycontins. Goes to a rehab. And Jerry Cooney falls in love with my brother's wife.
Wow.
Now, do you know who Jerry Cooney is?
Boxer.
Boxer.
Great White Hope.
Long Island.
Wow.
What are the odds of that happening?
That's crazy. Dude, okay, how many have you ever heard of a country western, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys?
No.
Huge. They were huge, like in the 30s, and he passed away in like 1973, I want to say. And Waylon Jennings gives him a shout out. Like there's a lyric in one of the songs that says like, if you're going to play in Austin, Texas, Bob Wills is still the king. And Merle Haggard would do like hits that he had. And I mean, this guy had like all these hit songs. And I've heard of him. And then recently I thought, I'm going to look up Bob Wills because they always talk about Western swing. And he talks about, stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of. Do you know that song?
No.
You don't know that
Deep
song?
in the heart of Jersey.
Oh
No,
man!
I don't know.
Did you ever see Pee Wee's Playhouse back in
Sure.
the day? That was, the stars at night.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Okay, yes, I do.
And he's got all these hits.
Large Marge.
Right. Anyways, and so I was aware of him, but the last few days I'm like, let me look this guy up. And here's where it gets into coincidences, really weird stuff. So he's from Texas, and then at one point he was in like 19 movies, and he's in a huge star at that in the 30s, 40s, and it said that. And so I go, and it said that he had a home in Los Angeles, and I go to type in on Google, where did Bob Wills live in? And I don't even get to the word Los Angeles, and it autofilled Burbank.
Okay.
And I was like, Burbank?
Oh, your address.
No. And I was like, what? And then
On Fran Boulevard.
on Fran Boulevard.
Rob Acasella.
He was the first one to have a pit bull.
Go ahead.
It was a friendly pit bull. But no, and then it said that it was Santa Monica. He lived in Santa Monica, is what it said. But get this, he had a home in Santa Monica, and he also had a home in my hometown, Fresno, California.
Wow.
To me, it was weird. I was like, what, Fresno? Bob Wills, Fresno. And it said he lived there for 5 years, and he had a whole 80-acre ranch, and he bought a nightclub in Sacramento. I mean, this guy had so much money, apparently, nightclub in Sacramento. Then he had a nightclub in Dallas, and he would tour all over San Diego, Santa Monica, up to Portland.
Wow.
And 10,000 people would come to his shows during the week. Back then. That's how popular it was. They knew he was such a draw, they could do shows during the week. And it was a little sad when you start to see 1957 comes along, rock and roll is a thing now, not the swing and
Grunge.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that, like how the things coming in, how hard it was for Van Halen and a lot of these bands when grunge kicked it, right? Have you heard those stories with metal?
Yeah. A friend of mine signed a huge Jeff Peterson, the comedian, the 420 comedian, signed a huge deal, a heavy metal album, everything, on a Friday. And Monday, Nevermind came out, became a smash hit, and he got a call 24 hours later and said, yeah, you guys are done.
Your deal is done.
That was that quick.
Wow.
And hold on, talk about your Bob Wills, is that his name?
Yeah.
Had a house in Fresno where you grew up.
Yep.
My dad bought his house in Woodmere on West Broadway, and the next door neighbor was Stan Lee.
Oh,
And he
wow.
moved out the day after we moved in. Stan Lee moved to Hewlett Harbor.
Wow.
The Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Shared a driveway with him. I used to dry out spearmint and sell it as marijuana. That was from Stan Lee's garden.
Did people ever catch on to you that you were doing that? They never got a spidey sense?
But they
No,
had-
what's
their
his name
spidey
said?
sense
Watch
wasn't
this.
tingling?
Andy Cohen said it was the best pot he ever smoked.
best
Andy
pot he
Cohen.
ever smoked, and the best breath he ever had.
That's funny. And watch this. I don't think I remember Andy Cohen from high school. And then I was remember Joey's in Livonia?
I've heard of it, yes.
You don't remember the comedy club? Joey's in Livonia? Plymouth?
That does ring a bell, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a sports bar, but upstairs was a comedy club. And the guy that owned the sports bar was allegedly the kicker who was played in Ace Ventura, who lost his whole career over one kick. A professional football player, one of those guys,
Whoa.
and bought this comedy club. And the next time I saw Andy Cohen was 40 years after the pot incident. He walked up to the merch table.
Wow.
He lives out there now. He
was
said the
like,
pot
"You
really.
sold me some oregano."
He said the pot gave me good breath.
Yeah, good. Dean, when you
So-
said the thing about pit bulls,
Yeah, go ahead.
can you tell us that story about? I tripped out the day you told me that you had your trunk open, I think, and you had just been at the grocery store.
yeah. That's
and an unleashed pit bull.
that
hops,
was the great.
yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
funniest story. I'm on Lancashire Boulevard outside. Right, the Toyota dealership. That's right. I'm outside the Lancashire, the Toyota dealership, right by the 170 freeway overpass or whatever that is.
Bum row.
I don't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
Two-legged cockroaches. I'll say it.
All right. And I like to, before I go into like a store or something, I like to throw anything valuable into the trunk of my car. My phone, wallet, if I don't need a wallet, whatever it is. And I'm throwing it, and all of a sudden, this beautiful, I think they're called blue pointers, right, John? Blue pointer. That's what
they're disgusting. I can't even look at them. I don't want to know what kind they are.
Blue pointer
Pit
pit bull.
bulls?
That's
Yeah.
the one that has like the white snout, and everything else is like bluish gray on the dog, and they seem to be more docile than others. But whatever, I'm a fan of pit bulls, but I'm a fan of dogs. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
So the next thing you know, as I'm tossing some stuff into the trunk of my car, I can't believe you remember this story. All of a sudden, this 65, I would say it was about 70, 75 pounds.
Listen to this, team. Listen to this.
Jumps from the street. My car is parked right up against, the curb.
Right.
Jumps from the street of Toyota dealership right into my trunk of my car.
This pit bull jumps into his car.
No joke.
Oy.
No joke. About 75, 80-pound pit bull jumps in, and he just starts like licking me and everything.
Dude, I would never let a pit bull lick
Oh,
me.
he was all over me, but he was
Would
like...
you let a pit bull lick
He was
you?
No,
so
they're
happy.
disgusting. I can't even look at them.
He was so happy because I had sweatshirts and towels in there from the beach, and
Yeah.
so he was so happy that he was playing around in the
Oh my God, dude, I would never do that.
He was like something about Mary. He was sniffing his boxes.
Wow. I would never
so
let a pit bull
I
sniff
make
my
a
boxers.
turn. I turn my head and my eyes
Yeah.
about 3 inches to the right, and I'm praying that there's somebody with this dog.
Yeah.
Okay, because now I'm on the hook for how am I getting him out of my trunk?
Yeah.
And what's the next move? And sure enough, there's a female there that I have seen walking her dogs.
Yeah.
A couple of times in the past, and I said, wow, that's does he know me? Does he goes, I think he remembers you, and blah blah blah, and because they smell, everything with them is smell.
Yeah.
And but he was the exact opposite of any pit that you guys are stereotyping. He was like rolling over in my trunk on
Wow.
my sweatshirts, and he was just so happy to see me, and then he gave me the paw and everything. I just love dogs, and I think that dogs, if you speak nicely to a dog, and
Yeah.
they go by tone.
Right.
So you could have the most vicious dog on the planet, but if you go, "Who's a good boy? Who's a good girl? You're the best girl.
You're the
there's
best, friendliest
You
pit
are
bull."
the best." They go by tone. They're very
Wow.
big.
I think
on,
people do too.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And can I
just-
tell you that I as much props as I'll give you for that, my New York accent, for
turns
real, my New York accent disturbs pit bulls. I could see the look on their face. They think I'm aggressive, and they think I'm angry, and they think I'm a
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
Because of the way I talk.
Yeah.
And I'm an ex-cop.
And they know this. They can sense this.
And I went to a war. I'm in a lot of people's houses because of the furniture.
Correct.
I'm in a lot of people's houses, a lot of
right.
strangers. And I went to one, and this woman had two gray pit bulls that were 125 pounds
Yeah,
each,
yeah.
going nuts behind the door. And she opened it one crack and said, "Are you okay with these dogs?" And I said, "Not at all, not for 1 second." And she said, "They're okay."
They're totally
I said,
fine.
when they can tell me that they're okay, then I'll be okay. And
Yeah.
I just delivered a table, or I went to measure for a table up Friedman, up where George Clooney lives.
Yeah.
And the woman's going to give me $750 cash.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drive there, get the money. She says, "John, I have the money waiting for you." She said, "Here's the backyard, and there's a big dog." And I go, "All right." I make a mental note. The next text she writes is, "Are you okay with dogs? Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I have to be honest. If I did not meet him when I got there, I would not miss him. Comma, no offense."
Yeah.
And she had the dog put away. I've been bit twice.
Yeah.
I've been bit twice. I have been bit twice. I was a New York Post paper boy, okay, and I got bit by the same German Shepherd. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to knock on the wooden table because it doesn't that screw you up?
No, it wakes up his pit bull.
Oh, except the pip.
No, you're good. You're good.
I got bit by the same German Shepherd around the corner from where I grew up, 2 weeks apart.
Was he waiting for you?
And my mother
was he on a 2-week cycle?
My mother
Really?
would not put him down, and I told I was
Yeah.
like no. He was just protecting the family, because back then I was able to go into the house and drop the paper off.
Right.
I didn't toss the paper from 45 feet away. I didn't
Right.
do that. And this dog, I think the dog's name was Tracy. It was a big shepherd, and she came at me, and I have the scar. I have the scar on my.
So I
on
got
my
bit
calf.
on the Altoid from a German Shepherd in Far Rockaway, Queens.
On the deltoid. Okay, the Altoid. Okay,
Yeah, that was a joke.
now
That
I'll
was
tell you a good
malaprop.
story. I'll tell you a good story.
We'll be the judge of that.
Okay, my mother.
Can we finish the pit bull story with the grocery store?
So I'm looking around, and I remember comedian Jeff Keller was getting out of his car at the same time, and I remember him coming over to the car, and he was like you guys a little bit. He got a little bit like, dude, man, that's a pit, man. He was like, and I said, what are you talking about, man? This dog is licking me, man. So. But no, that was it. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "Sorry." I said, "This is great. Look at this dog. He's having a blast." And because I never saw anything like that, I thought that was very strange. Right off the street, he must have recognized me from a few days prior, and he just jumped from the curb into my what do you call it? Into my trunk. But I will tell you a story. My
How
mother,
did you get this dog like off?
Out?
Like, yeah.
Oh, she just said, Joey, Misty, whatever.
Now tell us the part of the story. Now it was another guy that I remember you said you went into this bar, this comedy club, and then you told this other person, don't say the name, but there was another person who as you were telling the story, he started tripping out about.
Oh, I didn't want to go down that road.
I do. I want to go down there.
Really?
Yeah. It's very interesting. Listen to this. He goes
listening.
into the club.
I go into, man, we really going to go down this road?
Yeah,
All
just do
right,
it.
all
Just say
right.
Joe Blow or something.
I'm going to say Joe Blow.
Yeah.
No names are going to be mentioned here. I walk into the club. I walk into the Comedy Chateau. That's the club right across the street from the 170 and the Toyota dealership.
From Bum Row.
From Bum Row. And I walk in, and I go, has so-and-so told you what just happened outside in the street? And no, what happened? And I said, this pit bull just friggin' flew from the curb into the trunk of my car and started rolling around and making that thing that dogs do when they're itching, and they having a good time, whatever, and rolling around in the trunk of my car amongst towels, because I would wash my car, and
He was sniffing your boxes.
he was sniffing whatever he was doing, and he was having a blast, this dog, and God bless him. And finally, his master came and got the dog. She's like, you know this dog. I said, oh, this is your dog. Oh, I know, I remember you. I've seen you a few times down the street.
Yeah.
And she had another dog with her that didn't jump into my car.
Right.
And
That's
she
good.
goes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said, sorry? Are you kidding? This is the most fun I've had all night, man. So, and the dog is licking me and giving me
So you're
the
telling the
paw.
story to the guy, and then
I'm
he says,
he goes, yo.
Listen to this, DiResta.
He goes, yo, I don't really take too kindly to the term master. And I go, excuse me? And he goes, I don't take too kindly to that. And one thing led to another. And I said, let's go on Google and let's see if people refer to the ownership of an animal as the master.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
You agree with me on this, John?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I was
people
proven-
are going to be looking for a fight. If that's
Exactly.
what you're
I was proven correct on Google.
Right.
Okay.
It's funny
That
because
doesn't matter.
ever since you told me this story, I'm like,
You keep sending me things where people do that.
yeah, where there's the word it's in the lexicon. It's
Yeah.
like
I'm a master carpenter.
exactly
Right.
It's-
Right.
Master.
I'm a
Whenever
master
I see John
baiter.
Mulrooney,
Nobody gives any.
Whenever I see John Mulrooney,
Yeah.
he goes, John DiResta, master craftsman.
Yeah.
Right, master comedian,
Correct.
a black master, like or what is it, like
so
a black
I said
belt
to the guy,
Karate master.
I said to the
Karate
guy,
master.
I said to the guy, you take martial arts, right? He
Yeah.
goes, yeah. I go, what do you call your the guy who owns the dojo? Bob? No, he's Master Bob.
Grandmaster.
He's
yeah.
Grandmaster.
He's a
Same thing in
Yeah,
chess.
or sensei.
Yeah,
Sensei for
grandmaster.
certain styles.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was fuming. I was fuming that they try to play the race card on me, and I'm like, "What are you, crazy? I'm from Queens, New York. My graduating class was 50-50 black white." I said, "You got the wrong."
It sucks because anytime you're
man.
like accused of something, no matter what you say, it sounds like you're my best friend's
Right.
black or my.
I went to gym with a black guy.
No, but seriously,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from hardcore Queen. He knows where I'm from.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I was like, "You got the wrong guy, man." If you
He's from the rough and tumble streets where it's ground zero for the bar mitzvah.
Nice.
Rage against the cul-de-sac.
Not me, man. No. My neighborhood was 50 Jewish and 50 mafia.
Keep going about the.
No, that was it. And then finally I told them nice way. I don't want to curse on this podcast,
Yeah,
but I
curse,
was
but
like,
He said you didn't say that awful word, did you?
No, what are you nuts?
Oh,
I would
okay.
never do
I
that.
did.
I would never do. No, I don't do. I never liked the word
Gotcha.
when I was a kid. When
Yeah.
people were
Yeah,
throwing the
yeah.
word around,
Yeah.
and it was somewhat
It might have got a laugh.
It
I
might-
heard.
right. No, but seriously,
So he's saying the master thing. Did you guys finally did you give him examples?
Eventually,
'Cause
when I went to
look at this.
Google,
Can I just say this
Go
real
ahead, let
quick?
me
Jack
see.
of all trades, master of none. No man can serve two
so
masters.
you're reading off the
Be
Okay.
one master. Every man in the master of his own fate, master of your own domain.
Ladies and
you got
gentlemen,
your
I just want to
master
let you
plan.
know that Darren, at least once a month, will send me a video on Instagram or some sort of meme or something in which the word master is
Because I can't
used.
believe it. It's silly. It's like all ethnicities
Oh, it
are
really
saying
blew
it.
out of
It's
proportion.
like
It was-
Metallica.
right.
Master
Exactly.
of Puppets.
Master of Puppets.
Look, you got the T-shirt.
Oh, dude, look at this one. What's that one right there?
Master's degree. Oh, right. Oh, that was the other thing that I said to the guy.
Yeah.
I went, "Let me ask you a question. Don't you have a master's degree?" And he goes, "Yeah." Because I remember him saying that he went to grad school. Blah blah blah.
Now it's called Bob's degree.
Now it's Bob's degree. But no, it was that was
here's my
that was a
here's
very
my take,
weird night.
and here's my take on that idea of what if, let's say there's a room of like 30 people, okay, and what if you're the last one to know the quote new rules? Then you're gonna look like the jerk. Like all 29 are gonna be like, we don't say master anymore, or whatever it is. Like it just, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's never ending. Like there's gonna be a time. You're going to say something. I'm going to say something.
There was something recently that
And that
there was a
happened too?
new name that was just changed into, oh my God, this is going to kill me. There was something that used to be X,
Right.
and is now woke X. It's now
Yeah.
been remodified.
And then some of it goes away, right?
Yeah, it's going
a
away.
second-
It's starting to go away.
And some of it, like remember for a quick second, like some, like in print, it would say, instead of like Latino, it would say Latinx or
Yeah,
Latinx.
yeah,
yeah.
And then I
Right.
think a lot of people rejected it, and they're like, okay, let's
As
just...
a matter of
yeah.
fact, this week's, and I'm going to promote another person's podcast, but I don't think he needs my promotion.
Okay.
Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on, and I hit you up immediately and said, you have got to listen to this one. Okay.
Yeah.
But Musk is the stuff that he talks about and what goes
Mm.
on in the government, what really goes on, and why the borders were open, and the scams that he explains. And I hit you up immediately and said, your jaw's going to drop because you always listen to Rogan on, especially if he has Musk.
Yeah, not
you're a-
necessarily, but I might, though. I probably will.
Yeah. And he was talking. They were talking about how the woke thing is slowly going away. They're starting to phase out.
Yeah, because certain words like master, like, give me a break, dude. That was
Yeah.
a weird one where you're like...
Yeah, and that
You know.
night I actually said to those guys, I said, "Excuse me, I'm taking a sip of water." That night I actually said, "Hey guys, I'm not from the plantation. I'm from Queens. We didn't have slaves.
Yeah.
You gotta get off that shit." Okay?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
livid. I was fuming
hate
that
that.
they would go
Yeah.
down that road with me.
Yeah.
Right, Johnny D? Okay, so getting back, I don't even know if we should go there anymore about the bad dogs. I was going to say.
That's all I wanted to say was get into that master story.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
about
That was the only reason for getting no more dogs?
I love the pit bull thing, and then I just because that story took a crazy turn. I thought you were gonna you know what I mean. I thought you were gonna be like, this dog jumped into my car. Oh no, what happened? Did you shoot it? I didn't know what you were gonna. Did you put the dog down? It was
for a split second
Did
when
it
I didn't
attack
see
you?
that woman.
Yeah.
I was a little bit perplexed. Remember, I am on a main street with constant traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
What do I do if this dog jumps out onto the street in Lancashire.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a little. Then all of a sudden, she's like, "Coachies, come here." Am I allowed to say coachies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you're listening, coaches.
But I will tell you a story just to give you an idea about the severity of dogs. Yeah, I'm going to do this quick. I'll do it real quick. The danger of dogs and how people misinterpret sometimes. My mother, may my mom rest in peace. She's gone a little over a year now. But my mom had a friend who had a dog that was like a German Shepherd that was like 170 pounds, or like deadly, and trained to kill. And trained to kill, the whole deal, the whole 9 yards, guard dog of the house.
Here it comes.
Okay. And my mother's friend, and my mom was pregnant. So this is about 1958, 58 and a half, 59. My brother was born in 59. And she said, she might have been pregnant with me. I can't remember, but that doesn't matter. So my mother's friend says, listen, when you come to the house.
Oh, no.
His name is King. That was
I had a dog named King.
Dude, we had a turtle named Mr. King, and it was named after one of my dad's coworkers. And apparently that was like an inside joke because the turtle moved slow, and so did Mr.
Okay,
King.
so that's how he worked.
So when Mr. King came over to dinner, they were like, whatever you do not refer to the turtle as Mr. King.
That's funny. And she was told, you have to wait for us to come to the door. Do not attempt to come into the house. And I guess my mother like forgot or something, and she opened up the door, and King came, and the dog obviously knew my mother was pregnant, and they were like freaking out from a distance. They were, oh my God, got to get to, because something is going to happen to whoever just opened that door. And what did King do? Put my her paws, her two paws, or him, the boy, put the two paws on my mother's shoulders and started licking her.
Wow.
Okay, licking her. Hello,
Sign me up.
Right, exactly. You know why? Because dogs can smell, and the dog knew that she was pregnant.
Wow.
Okay, and
The dog could smell your unfunny stand-up act through your mom's stomach.
well, it's true. Yeah, I only have 5 jokes. I've got 5 jokes. But speaking of stand-up, we'll get back because John was saying the places that he was playing and who he's opening for. I just worked with his buddy Steve Marshall in Roslyn, Long Island, at my father's place. And what I decided to do was see who of my Facebook friends would show up, and we actually put 70 people in my.
This is your first show, like since you left the East Coast. Your first show going.
Oh no, I've done shows on the East Coast, but
Maybe clarify that your father's place isn't your dad's home.
right. It's not right. My father's place is a place that's been open since 1971, I believe, 72.
Let me set this up.
Go ahead.
This is the first time that you've gone back to the East Coast and your general area where you grew up and did a show. So
Correct.
So when did you start doing comedy?
I started in 88.
And this is 2025. So
2025. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've done New York, New Jersey, Connecticut,
No, but
Pennsylvania.
I'm saying like you're.
I never did Long Island.
That's what I'm
at that
saying.
time.
Like that. Yeah.
Correct.
So after all these years,
All
you go
these
back.
years.
So then all the people come to.
So
there's a lot of pressure because they've never seen you.
It's not. Well, they see you on the clips. They see you, and
But nobody
that's-
watches clips.
Right. Well, but that's how these people
Yeah,
knew.
that's
hey,
good.
man, when are you going to come out here? Okay, and do.
So what was it like for you? You're pacing backstage, like, oh my gosh, they're all.
Well,
and was it all
I
these
think
peop-
I remember telling you
Yeah.
this. People think just because your friends are in the audience, it's actually more pressure. It's 10 times more pressure because let me tell you something. When you have friends in the audience, if you don't get blessed with an amazing set, for the rest of your life, you get people going, yes,
He wasted his time since
he's
1988.
Thank God he
Yeah,
has.
no,
Thank God he has a medical degree.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Don't lose your day job.
Dude, I remember one time I did a
And
show.
Thank God I killed it.
Thank God. I remember I did a show once, about probably the closest to where I live. It was like literally at the end of the block. They did a stand-up show, and this is several years ago. But I thought, wow, my neighbors might be in the audience. This could be really weird.
It's very scary.
Because you don't want to
man.
be like, what if you have like that one weird set where it like bombs, and then because this was like not a traditional comedy club, so it's like that'd be really weird to be
Yeah.
like Like,
because they will always look at
every
you.
time you run into someone at the, at the grocery store, at the mailbox, like,
It's a look.
where's that guy that
it's-
bums? But at least now we have funny clips.
Can
out
I
there, so-
interject?
Yeah.
My 7,429 shows of experience.
Where were you tonight, by the way?
Liquid Zoo.
Okay,
I went
okay.
up at 9. I never like performing in front of people I know, ever.
Agreed.
Especially, well, watch this. Especially when you fly into a Milwaukee or to an Alaska or to Texas and you don't know anybody. You don't have to worry about dinner with people. You don't have to worry about seeing an old girlfriend doing jokes about your mom and your mom's in the audience. And a strange thing happened. I never liked it. Then I had to do 3, not 1, 2009, 2010, 2012. John DiResta comes back to Woodmere and does a big stand-up gig, and the money goes to the Woodmere Firehouse. So it's every person I ever knew, every girl I ever met. They think I'm rich and famous. They don't know I'm eating cat food and doing podcasts with you two.
For pumpkin pie.
For
pumpkin pie.
And it's the same act. It's the same act.
Yeah.
And thank God I got through all 3, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of pressure, and it was behind me. That was 09, 10, and 11. But I was a professional. I got paid a couple of grand. And this is in a rented golf course that's 99% Jewish. So the audience is half of these rich kind of Jewish people because it's a comedy night at our club. Let's get a babysitter. And the other half is vicious white trash cops and firemen that none of them have a college education, and they can't wait to see John DiResta, who's one of them. And I survived all 3 shows. And the last one, or maybe it was the middle one, I did an hour and 20 minutes, and my dad came up to me and said, now you're a professional. And I had already done movies to everything. My dad said, that was the greatest show I ever saw.
Oh, that's cool.
But all that's behind me. Thinking, I don't have to really, maybe if I was banned from a couple of clubs in Long Island, so I never played Long Island. And then about 3 years ago, I get a call, hey, there's a new owner, owns 3 clubs in Long Island. 3 that you haven't been hired at in 20 years. He says he's giving you 1 night at the Suffolk County Club. He wants to see if you could bring people, and the incentive is you get a cut of the door. It's 1 night. I fly from here. I go back. It's a rainy night in Bohemia. Isn't that a country song from your friend, George Will?
It's a
Rainy night in Bohemia. And I could see from the car I'm in, because there's not a good green room, I wait. I see cousins. I see. And you know who I saw? Now, this is a real bummer. I saw people getting out of their car that were relatives that were only there because my dad pressured them to go. They don't even want to be there.
Right, that's the worst.
They don't even want to be there. And what happened that night was they introduced me, and I came up to the Rocky music. It was almost sold out. If it was sold out, I would get like $5,000.
Okay.
And it was 175 people in a room that holds 199.
Okay.
All right, so I made a little bit of money. But I come up to the Rocky music, and I had I have so many illnesses. I had my legs were full of water.
Okay.
I weigh 175 right now. That night I weighed like 190, and my legs felt like lead. Because they were filled. I was going to cancel the show, and I can't.
Fluid, yeah.
So I step up on stage, and I got my hands up, rock, and nice, real good buzz. Everyone, and out of the corner of my eye, I see like a human person at my feet, like crawling. And I had yet to say a word, and I just said, who's this fucking homeless piece of shit? And it was a human being crawling in front of me
So that he doesn't
so they can get to their table. They didn't want to...
Right.
And as I said, homeless piece of shit, I looked down and I went, oh, it's my cousin Donna. And it got a huge laugh.
That's hilarious.
For just, It was so matter of fact.
Wow.
And she said, I don't want to go walk down the long row. You don't mind. So, and there was my dad, bop, bop, bop. There was John Bonziglia. There was my brother Joey, smile, pretend to tell you. And what happened was, this is a huge twist that you could use next year on your next show at my father's place.
If I do one, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
He already asked me back, but
Okay.
yeah.
I got inside jokes and I have crowd work where I already know the story. When I look down and meet their eye, I go, oh, this guy was a New York City transit cop with me, and we were there the night that so-and-so caught a guy having sex with an Italian bread. You know, that's the story I put together before I even say...
Talk about buttering your own buns.
Yeah. And when we were there, the guy started eating the evidence.
Ooh.
And my partner said, I hope you don't get a yeast infection. But what I'm getting at is, now I've been invited back to the other governors.
Okay.
And sure enough, I went to, I'll tell the story quick. I got upped. I got put in Belmore Friday, Saturday. The brokerage.
Yep.
Okay, Friday, Saturday, 8 o'clock, John DiResta, cut of the door. But you got to bring people.
How much does that hold? It's tiny, right?
Levittown's 275. Bohemia's been rebuilt 225. And yes, brokerage is like 150.
Oh, it is
with
150?
no green room.
Okay.
The green room is out in the car.
Okay.
Now I'm out in the car again. There's cousins. There was a bunch of girls, New Paltz. Girls I haven't seen in 40 years follow me on, hey, New Paltz. They see me in the car. I got to get out. So that night, I get up, and everyone's clapping, and there's a real good vibe. And I said, hey, thanks for coming out again. You guys came, a year ago at the other club. Now we're here. And whoa, look at this. There's Jenny Langsom. I'm on stage 10 seconds. Jenny, and I said to the audience, this is the girl I dated in the police academy before I married Fran. So it's my opening line is, here's my old girlfriend sitting here. And then I go, oh, and there's Eileen Carney, another old girlfriend. And she's the first girl I made out with. And this really happened. Lena Diaccio, I go, hey, Lena, I haven't seen you since 1976. You know what I mean? Since we wrote on...
Wow, you remember
and then,
everyone's
hold
name.
on,
That's
here
cool.
it comes. And there's my first blowjob. Paul Trebendis. Huge laugh.
Oh, that's
Hilarious.
That's
Huge.
good.
Now watch this. Not only was it
I'm
that big,
hacky.
and watch this. I got
Yeah.
pulled over in the lobby. I didn't know you had a homosexual tendencies. People believed it.
Oh, no.
That's how well I sold it.
Not
what I'm
only
getting
that,
at is,
not only
dude,
that, after you said that, they started giving out bananas.
well, there you go. Watch this. To Rob Acasella.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
We're going to get
I'm
on to the
just
next
saying,
segment as
to
soon as you
know
finish.
people,
Yeah.
to know people in the audience is not the worst
It's
thing.
very scary. Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
it's you got to get that out of your mind.
But can I tell you something? Are we allowed to continue for a second? Can I tell you something? In editing my 1 hour show
Right.
in Roslyn, I have to tell you how many times I lost a good thing by going, right, John? The guy's name was John Capoulis. Right, John Capoulis? Because what happened, you get away, you start to, everybody in the audience. Like I was doing a bit about my father, and I went, Phyllis, you are the only one in this room knows my father. Nobody knows him better than you, blah, blah, blah. And gone, because we're sitting with the editor, and I go, is there anything you can do with this? And there was no way there's nothing you can. So it's a lot. One thing I noticed, and I'll learn from it, is they're your friends, and you rap with them and all that stuff. But if you're looking to shoot something that you're going to want to make clip,
Oh, no. I'm
Right.
not.
right? But I noticed it did detract from the amount of clips I could have had. I ended up with about 26, 27 clips on a 59-minute
Nice. And you guys can see
Good.
those clips
What? Oh, yeah. Go
on
ahead.
Instagram.
Dean Larrett Comedian on YouTube. Dean Larrett Comedian.
On YouTube and
channel.
also Instagram. Yeah,
And
just
Instagram.
Google it and you'll see these
Yes.
fantastic clips.
How we doing? We're good on time?
We're good on time. I just wanted you to give a little plug right there. You can see John DiResta online at...
John DiResta on Instagram, and then I have a new YouTube channel called DiResta Worldwide.
Nice.
And I am
Yeah.
DR.
Oh, it'll be spelled in the description.
Okay.
Dr.
Oh, okay.
Dean.
Good.
Yeah. And by the way,
Understood.
guys, we're going to get to listeners' questions. A few hours before the podcast started, I said, doing a podcast tonight, any questions? We're going to, some of the questions, this is the first one that I will get to. So it's already November, which is unbelievable, right?
Unreal.
It was like summer. It was hot
Unreal.
not that long ago, especially here in California. And then boom, it's, pumpkins. By the way, I kind of do love fall because I like that it's starting to get it's still warm, but not too cold.
Right,
and
right.
you know what I mean? And then my wife has been just making these pumpkin pies and the pumpkin seeds, and I'm loving it. And then guess what? It's November, so now we got Christmas right around the corner.
Unreal.
And one of the fun things I love to do is after Christmas, usually about 3 days, 4 days, every year I have this tradition. On my walks, when I'm going on my daily walks, different neighborhoods, wherever I'm at, and I still see people have their decorations up. What do? I film it and I go, and we still celebrating Christmas. We ain't letting it go. So you could say it with me. You could say it. And so a listener writes in, what is it about Christmas that is your favorite? And I'm going to just say, like, it could either be Christmas or December. And I'll start. The thing that I like about it the most, I love the music. I love a good Christmas song. I like that wholesome, feel-good, fun. It's going to be Christmas. We're going to go home for Christmas. We're going to be with the ones we love. I love that. Last year I was into Frank Sinatra Christmas. And he's got all these great... So that's the thing I'd recommend. If you guys like a certain artist, see if they have a Christmas album, because they probably do.
Twisted Sister has a Christmas album.
Do they really?
really?
Of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
What,
They put it out 20 years ago.
do you remember how any of the songs go?
No,
We're
it's
not
like,
gonna rap it.
yeah, it's like the 10 most popular Christmas songs sung by
Yeah.
Dee Schneider, and
That's hilarious. It's probably
Yep.
pretty good.
I'll Be Homely for Christmas.
I'll be home.
Hello.
Yeah.
Guy, what else do you like about December?
I think I like with Christmas. I love the Christmas music. I love. Damn it! There's another Christmas song that I was gonna say. It was a lazy rock song. I want you,
Cheap Chick. Trick.
And then here's what they said. They go, "I want you for Christmas." That's it. They just
Okay.
the laziest writing ever. So that's my favorite thing. Who wants to go next?
Dean can go next.
I mean, I'm Jewish, but still, I love that time of year just in general. When
Yeah.
I know things are like the years.
Shout out to our Jewish listeners. Alex Bernstein, love you, buddy. Thank
Okay,
you.
Alex, shout out.
I think he's Jewish, but
I would assume with the name Bernstein.
yeah.
See,
He's
that would
awesome.
have been funny if I said I would assume with the name Alex. But
Yeah.
But when I hear Santa Claus is coming to town by Springsteen,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
when
yeah, I always like that.
That's when I know. All right, we're winding this thing down and everything's okay.
Yeah.
That when and it's funny because they don't start playing it till about 3 weeks before on Sirius E Street Radio.
Wow.
And but no, I like that time of year. I mean, it's funny because my company that I share with Howie Wallfish, John, and Darren, you both know who he is. House Calls a Comedy.
Shout out to Howie.
House Calls a Comedy. We're the opposite. We're contacting synagogues to see if they want to do a December 25th.
Wow. That's a smart idea.
It's such a great idea, and what's amazing is how
Caroline's did an all-Jewish show Christmas night for years.
that's been going on for years.
Jeff
This
Ross.
is not just. I didn't come up with this idea.
It's so funny because
Laughs for Latkes is called.
I love it. Oh yeah, they do something like that.
Yeah, it's been going on for years. I'm not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking any kind of credit. But I got to tell you, I cannot believe how many synagogues have not responded and go, "Oh, we love that pitch that you gave."
Yeah.
And it's just it's amazing. But so me being the Jew, I'm looking to cash in.
Yeah. Yeah.
While you guys are praying, and in church. Jews usually go to a movie and then Chinese food that day.
How'd that come about? The Chinese food?
Because the Chinese don't observe it.
so they're like,
so they're
we keep
open.
regular hours.
Yeah, we keep a regular.
Yeah.
So and that's it. But that's what happened. And
I used to think that, and it's so funny because I mean, even though I know, Avi Lieberman's Jewish.
yeah,
I
just called him and said, Avi, tell me what you got in synagogues because he moved to Florida.
I used to feel so I used to think that was so sad.
That's so funny.
When I would see that he'd be like Harrah's Comedy Club on Christmas, I'd be like, I know he's Jewish, but That's so sad to me. But to him, it's just like, it's another day.
But
It's
that
like,
is so funny that of every person you mentioned, I just called him and said, Bruce Smirnoff gave me his number. And then after Bruce gave me the number, the text came from Avi going, here's my number, blah, blah, but on Facebook. And I said, Avi, tell me about the synagogues that you would work on December 25th. And he's like, oh, no, they're not really in Los Angeles. They're like in outskirts. He goes, it's very difficult to get in L.A. And
do it. Yeah.
I'm trying, man. We, me and Howie are calling.
If it's in December, like not on Christmas, but like if it's, and I'm around and you want me, I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's it. Other than that, thank God House Calls has been going nicely. We're doing some. I got me and Brian Kiley are doing Goleta up in Santa Barbara for I believe a law firm. And that's just a week before Christmas.
Love it. House Calls a comedy. No, what about you?
What do you got?
My angle is a little different. I obviously like Christmas and look forward to it. As from a little kid, it was obviously something to look forward to. However, my dad would not get the exact things that we wanted because he was broke. He was a New York City fireman. So instead of getting a Schwinn, I got a Huffy. Instead of getting Nikes, I got Mikes. Instead of getting Jordache jeans, I got Big Yanks. So every Christmas morning, I would open something up, put a frown on my face, and my dad would scream, it's just like the one you wanted. I'm trying to be effing nice here. So Christmas turned into like a bit of a bad mental anchor. Then I got married and had 3 kids right in a row. Christmas caused a lot of woes because I never had enough money. Christmas night, my wife's like, we don't have enough gifts. I would get yelled at whenever I put Christmas decorations up, which I never wanted to do because it's a waste because you just have to take them down in 2 weeks. So for me, Christmas is it ain't all that in a bag of chips.
Okay, the question was, what is it you like
Look
about
how serious
Christmas?
you look.
What is it about Christmas that is your favorite?
Well, I like when I work in my workshop and I smell pine wood, sanded or burned.
I
it
love
reminds
that.
me, my dad, used to have a fire on Christmas morning.
Nice.
And one year, my dad got free bowling pins from Falcaro's in Cedarhurst closed, and he burnt white bowling pins on Christmas morning. But little did he know they had 1/4 of an inch of plastique on the outside. So the whole day smelled like ground zero, burning embers.
Wow.
What do I like most? I do like the music. I like the Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it's just a couple of days where everyone's happy. You tip the guys at the lumberyard.
It is a great time of year. It really is. It's a great time of year.
And it used to represent a big change of the weather where we don't get that out here, which I don't miss.
Now, this one's for me, but maybe you have your own version of this sort of question. How did the I like my women like I like my originate? And I'm just so happy that, and I'm going to answer that's taken off for me on social media because it's like unbelievable. Because as you guys know, when you just put up your regular stand-up, it's like, it can get a response. It can not get a response. People can just keep scrolling on by, like, damn it. But that's the thing that I found that people really connect with, and I started
It's unreal.
Dude, I've been doing that bit, like, off and on for, like, 20 years, like, longer than that. Like I didn't even do it every show. There's years I didn't.
What was the night that made you decide to put it up?
I'll tell you, the day that I created it, I was in Sacramento. I was at the Punchline. It was, I was just sort of, at that time, I was a little bit tired of it. And then back then, I used to use music cues. I used to have a DJ in the back of the room, and I had like 3 jokes. And I used to do this little section of my act towards the end where it was all like quick one-liners. And it was, instead of the rim shot, the ba-dum-bum, I was like, I'll have a DJ play like a song. Like, I'll do my joke, and then he'll go, it's your birthday, go shorty. And I'll go back. I'll be like, and they were all like, and John, you can use these jokes. I was about to say they're all hacky jokes, but that I came up with. But it's just no.
The way that came out.
Yeah.
John, you could use this. These are hacky.
No, it's
He
true.
doesn't know his whole act is hacky.
Yeah. Here's what. No, because John, he's got a new character now. He's the lovable.
I'm the lovable hack.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. He has a leather jacket. It's gonna say hack with hearts on it because he's a lovable hack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Be hacky.
All right, go ahead. I didn't know all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's anyway. So like I had all these quick one-liners, you know. So I'd be like, which I would never do these jokes anymore because they're just not my style anymore. But I would be like, hey, they say the bigger the truck, the smaller the penis. You know how they always say that? Yeah, would your dick that big? I go, if that were true, there'd be more Chinese truck drivers. Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Right. And then I'd go like, and then the next joke, I'd be like, hey, if two vegetarian rappers don't like each other, can they still have beef? Go, shorty. It's your birthday. And I would just do all these.
Is that your act or the guy from the Chateau?
Yeah. No, I would do it all. I would do all. This is like back in like 2004, 2005. So maybe the Chateau, maybe they're doing those jokes now. I don't know. But I would do it. I'd be like, bang, 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 bang. And then I had there was a part of my act where I would do I like my women. And I got so tired of those three jokes because back then I would do sunscreen, underwear, eggs. And then obviously the coffee is the original one. I didn't come up with obviously I'm doing an offshoot of the original. But and I got bored up there and I said, you guys give me a word. I like my women like I like my, and then I didn't even beatbox. And then they yelled out whatever they yelled out. And then I said, boom, I did. And I had my answer. And then I did the cue and the music came on and then they yelled out another one and another one. And I was like, damn, I'm pretty good at this. And then that kind of, I got tired of using a DJ looking for the song because finding a song is like, it's hard because you might want to use a hot song, but then the people that listen to that kind of music, they're tired of it because they hear it all the time. And then other people, they might not like that song. So and then you got the rights to the song. Right. And when I did a couple of like specials back then and I was going to do that bit, but I was like, well, I don't have the rights to the music. So it's like I couldn't do it. So then eventually I learned it's way better just to go.
Right. But when was like the first night? This all happened in the Punchline in Sacramento, where you finally said, "Oh, this is going up on Instagram."
No, this is way before Instagram. This is back in the MySpace days.
Right. Oh, yeah. So you did put it.
Oh,
up?
actually, if you guys go to YouTube, I think somebody in the crowd filmed me from 2006. This is
Wow.
and they filmed it and it's up there. There's like 3 or 4. They were in the They were in the balcony at the Laugh Factory.
Who would have thought?
I know, but yeah, I think the first ones that took off were about maybe
Swim goggles.
2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, and it was
Swim
on
goggles is great. That's a great line,
dude. It was on TikTok is where it first took off. I like my women like I like my, and the girl yelled out swim goggles. And
that was such a great.
And in my
line.
best rock and roll voice, I went wet, tight, and on my face.
Yeah, that
boom,
was.
and that one like
excuse me.
dude, no, that one got 18 million views, and it's like people are lip syncing it, and it's like. So if you guys are listening to the podcast and you found me through the I like my women like I like my, thank you for being on this journey. But yeah, that's where that came up with, and
that almost just in a way it reminds me a little bit of Matt Rife's story that he. I'm not judging good or bad about him, but what I'm saying is he posted something that overnight went ballistic.
Yeah, because what it is you have other little things like he was already on like that sketch show
right,
called
absolutely. I can't remember
what's that sketch show. It's
but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
because he used to hang out at the Chateau.
Wild and Out. He was on Wild and Out, and then
correct.
Then he was on a sketch show on the internet that kind of took off, and then
But he was on. He according to what I listened to him on an interview, he said it was literally a post that he did, and when he woke up the next day, it had like 25 million views, and that's when
All right, you got me. I like Christmas.
So
Next question.
So what about you guys? Like, I know you don't have I like my women, but do you have a certain bit that people love, and how did it originate? Where did it come from?
Johnny Boy.
Most of mine just come from, I'll jot down just one word or one idea, and then I usually work it out on stage. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for years, my opening bit was...
Like a verbal writer.
Yeah. And for years, the opening bit was, hey, tonight's my 13th wedding anniversary, or 15th, or 20th, up to 33 years. And we got married in Hawaii up on the side of Diamond Head Mountain, which is true. And then while they're clapping, I go, and I should have jumped off right then when I had the chance. On our honeymoon, my wife got pregnant. On our first anniversary, my wife got pregnant. On our second anniversary, we took separate vacations. My wife got pregnant.
That's such a great joke.
And it gets him in my rhythm.
That's such a great joke.
And you know, the setup is true. You know what I mean? The setup is true. So
Yeah.
that makes it easier to tell. It makes it easier to believe. It makes it easier to laugh at. You know, I worked with a comedian once, and his opening line was, "I went to my friend's funeral today, and they couldn't afford a proper tombstone. So his dad brought a piece of wood, and it painted on it, shit happens." That's it. You know, you got to sit 20 minutes with this guy.
Yeah. Not good. All right, next one. Here we go. Somebody writes in, talk about the reason, because I do this a lot on stage, why you use the name Herman in some of your material. So, like, what happens is, like, if I see a guy and a girl talking, you know, like if I'm doing, and then I'll be like, look at her. She's like, good answer, Herman. You have this, Herman. Or I just like the name Herman. So how did I come up with Herman? I think it's a funny name. It reminds me of the Munsters. Remember the Munsters?
Fred Gwynn.
Yeah.
Oh, right? Herman Munster,
I love
bro.
it. Herman, and then
1313 Mockingbird Lane, bro.
So Herman is like that perfect, wholesome, all-American name. And then when I was a kid, teenager, one of my best friends, Brent, he came from L.A. He moved up. He left L.A. and he lived in Fresno with his aunt and uncle. And his uncle's name was Herman. So it's a piece of reality that makes me feel at a, you know what I mean, like a cool place. And when he says Herman, I used to do this joke where I would say, no, he would do it. He would call his uncle, because his uncle had like 9 kids, and his nickname was Sperman Herman. Sperman Herman.
Can you show me on the doll where his dad Herman touched you?
Hello.
So one of these days, I'm gonna, as I'm saying Herman, I'm gonna throw out the Sperman Herman in there somewhere.
Dice used to call everyone Skippy. Remember
Skippy?
that? Skippy? I think Dice called it, like every guy
Do
Skippy.
you guys do that? Do you have certain names that you throw in your set?
Because I find it not genuine.
No, but no, like a name, like a piece of reality is what I'm saying. Like a certain street that you grew up on, or you do actually, you do this, right?
I saw Dice just on a, maybe it's a question you didn't answer, but I saw Dice once, and he said, "What's your name?" to a guy in the front row.
Yeah.
And literally the guy said Ethan. And he goes, Joey. Like, you know, now he's going to call the guy Joey.
Yeah.
And it just felt, it didn't feel. But I think names are funny. Like Alphonse DiCioccio is a cop I worked with.
What was the Armenian cop's name?
Dick Rand Bartsamian.
Yep.
I had the only Armenian partner at 40,000 cops.
His name was Dick Rand?
Dick Rand Bartsamian. He changed it to Richie instead of Richie to Dick. So his name was Richie Bartsamian. And I knew he was Armenian before I even saw his name tag.
How?
He had hair on his nightstick.
Hello. Names, yeah, names are...
Or it doesn't have to be a person's name, but just, you know what I mean? You have a little bit of reality in your set. I love doing that, man. Like real things that really happen.
Yeah, dude, when I tell cop stories, I say Sheepshead Bay or Avenue X. West 8th Street, northbound. You know what I just realized? If you remember the movie The Warriors,
Yep.
They went from Van Cortlandt Park to Coney Island. One trip. For the first 3 years of my cop career, I went from Coney Island to Times Square to Van Cortlandt Park and back, had a lunch hour, and then did it again. Alone in a police uniform. I was the original warrior. Can you dig it?
That was such a great
Did you hear
movie.
my opening song?
Yeah, I like it.
Did you hear it? In?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah. I did not get it, but I liked it.
What's the opening?
I'm come out now to Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train.
Okay.
But it double plays with the opening of The Warriors of Cyrus yelling, "Can you dig it?" I could play it now, but I'm not sure.
No,
copyright.
later.
Yeah.
later,
Copyright. Do you have that part of the? Is that part in the song where it goes, "Come out and play"?
No. Ah, dude.
That's what I know the Warriors from.
No, I got to put that in. I was looking for what's next.
Yeah,
dude, I was looking. You're
Come
funny.
out and play.
You know what I was going to put in it's
because Can You Dig It? I thought that was like a wrestling thing. Or
no.
I didn't
It's
know
the
what that
opening of
was.
the Warriors, but now I see what you're saying. That or. I was going to put, I'm funny how? How am I funny? What, as
Right.
Ozzy's playing.
Joe Pesci.
Pesci. But I think I like Come Out and Play. Yeah. And you know who got me with that? I have a new girlfriend. Leslie lives in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yes,
Shout out.
Yes, we do.
Leslie.
And in the very beginning when we were just texting each other, there's a 3-hour difference. She'd be up already having breakfast, and she'd say, "Are you up? Come out to play." And she was doing the Warriors thing.
To play.
Yeah, remember him? He was the criminal in 48 Hours.
Do you know where he is now? Unbelievable.
Makes tables.
Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
He's in that?
Yeah, he's in this season. Yeah, he plays a former doorman. A doorman. He's part of the doorman's union. But yeah, he that guy has worked consistently.
Yeah, he's
worked
good in
consistently. Him and James Remar. And what a movie that was, man. Oh God.
The Warriors?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought
great.
that was such a great. Can you dig it?
Yeah, that's the opening of my thing. And Mercedes Rule was the cop. You know that, right?
Yes.
She handcuffs the guy to the bench.
Yes.
She was the cop.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was way hot.
But no, that was such a great movie, man.
And I'd like to know if somebody could do that. If someone could do their homework, maybe you could do it. That opening scene in Van Cortlandt Park has to have Stallone or Denzel Washington. Like, there's got to be people that are famous now
extras
that just went down there for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What year is that? 77?
77. I mean, Stallone was already famous.
So
but
he was famous. Denzel, I don't think, was famous. He
lived in Mount Vernon.
In that area. He's Mount Vernon.
See what I called it? Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. But no.
See how I made the name funny?
Simi Valley. Do you go?
Slimy Valley.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, what's up?
How about? Do you ever go to out there past Ontario? What's that town? You ever heard of Victorville?
Yeah. What do they call it?
Victimville.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
That's
that.
good.
I saw my first tumbleweed in Victorville. I did a one-nighter, and there was a tumbleweed. What am I missing?
I don't know.
Is this done yet?
How are we doing on time?
You're doing great. We're gonna wrap up. Anything else you guys want to say? Anything else?
I will say that I listened to the Game 7, the last 5 innings, on an AM radio there, and I found it very exciting. And I think I told you,
Very
when they won,
1970.
they got the last out. And I had the video camera on. I went out to the street because this is Doyerland, and nothing.
What's that mean, Doyerland?
Dodgers. That's how they say Doyers here where I live.
We like the Doyers.
I live in the Mexican Triangle. I'm the immigrant. And all of a sudden, 30 seconds later, the whole town went crazy. So the radio is not on a delay where all their TVs were. It was. I was outside for a good 30 seconds saying, "Didn't they just win the World Series? Why don't these guys care?" And all of a sudden, you heard one woman scream, "We're winning! Did we win?" Wow. Next thing you know, fireworks, harmonicas.
That was weird. So you saw we won, and then nothing, and then all of a sudden.
And here's what happened during the last 5. I'm in my room there, taking the edge off, drinking a beer, and every time something good happened. You heard all the neighbors yelling and screaming. So when they won, nobody was yelling and screaming. I was like, maybe they didn't win.
Dude, what if you're a bettor? What if you you knew that they won, and then there's that 35-second delay, and then you tell your friend real quick, dude, you want to gamble real quick?
On that note, when we first moved to LA 27 years ago, my in-laws are from Rockaway Beach, Queens. Experts on nothing. So every single time my mother-in-law would call, for the first 2 years, she would say, "What time is it there?" And I started to answer, "It's tomorrow." It's just an inside joke between my wife and I. It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law actually asked me to play the lotto tickets because I'm going to know what they are.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man. All right, guys. I want to thank you for listening.
It was a lot
to
of fun, Darren. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you, man. Thanks for coming on, Dean. And Dean, you're going to start a podcast.
Looks like I'm going to start a podcast. As I discussed with you 6 years ago in December. I had a podcast called Bedtime Stories. I had a podcast called Bedtime Stories with Dr. Dean. It went 12 episodes, and I was getting
You cashed in and said, "Fuck it."
I took I took the money. I took the endorsement money.
You did get advertisements back then.
I did get advertising,
I know.
which I think was amazing in 12 episodes. But I was also getting.
He's going to do a new one on camera.
But I was but I was getting 212, 215, 220 views, and which I thought was unbelievable at 12 episodes. But my father passes away December of 2019, and for some reason, it put me on a spiral. And I just stopped doing the podcast. I don't know. Maybe I went through one of these things like, what's it all about? What's it all mean? You end up in a box anyway. You end up in a cardboard box or whatever, a coffin, whatever. And I just lost an inch of cardboard box. Tells how cheap
Pine box.
Tells how cheap my funeral is going to be. But so now my brother and my mother pass 15 months apart. My brother goes April 9th of 23. And as you guys know, playing in a softball game, my brother caught a ball in left field, threw the ball to the shortstop, and dropped dead as soon as he tossed the ball out of his hand. And my mother dies 15 months later, I guess probably of a broken heart, burying a son and a husband. And now I'm using that incentive to start a podcast.
Good.
I quit one because of a death, and I'm starting one because of 2 deaths. So,
Is this the feel-good section of the
no,
podcast?
no. In a way, it actually is. I know.
Is this the cancer hotline?
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
No, I'm joking.
No, I've had tragedy.
Of course,
and
we
one
all have.
one tragedy. Right,
My
right,
wife
right,
died. I win.
right. You too.
I win.
Yeah, you too.
My wife went to the big flea market in the sky.
So,
What time is it there? Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. No. But I'm what I'm saying is
Yeah.
I'm using one that quit the podcast, and the other is going to create the podcast. And the podcast is most likely going to be called.
Everyone dies.
No,
Even Rob Acasella.
everyone's got to go sometime.
Dying to listen.
No, what was my podcast being called?
And so it
and
goes.
so it goes.
The worst name
It's-
ever. Because
Really?
didn't you send me that thing? Billy Joel has a whole tour.
Billy Joel has a documentary called, which is fantastic. One of the best. Have you watched it, John?
No.
Oh my God!
I love Billy Joel.
Fantastic.
I do too. I love Billy Joel. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Brenda, and Fran and I were Brenda and
Brenda and Eddie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Fantastic. I can't say it. It's going to win every documentary
Wow.
award
Yeah.
that it goes up for. It's 5 hours, and it is amazing. And
you know what? It doesn't really pick up until the last half hour, I heard.
oh, stop.
The first 4.5 hours.
hour. So when he learns how to play piano. So
Can you imagine a 4.5 hour documentary? You're
on everything
yeah.
before
You're like, when does he play the piano already? Play me a song or the piano.
You're
When
the-
does that happen?
the first 4.5 hours is him studying the violin.
Dude, when's the piano? And then it's piano lessons. And then that last half hour
The
is
last
just
half hour. So
Billy Hole.
Billy Hole.
Billy Hole.
But
$2.
no, when my mother died, I said to her sister, my aunt, I said, what is this all about? Why does she have to go? 86 years old. She was in good shape, blah, 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 da, da, da. And my aunt just looked at me and said, and so it goes, man. That's it. And this is her sister.
Yeah.
And she took it better than I did. And she said, and so
Here's-
it goes. This is life, man.
Now, here's my opinion. Here's
Go
what I
ahead.
think. I think this show should be your name, you know?
Well, I
'Cause
was going to have, and so it goes, the Dean Larratt podcast.
Maybe. Or, yeah, I mean, that could work. What about the Dean Larratt podcast?
What about There It Goes?
There
What
it
about
There it
Everybody
went.
Must Go?
What
No.
about There It Went? No. Here's what I'm thinking. Dean Larratt show, Dr. Dean show, whatever you're going to call it, the blah, blah, blah show, right? And then on the episodes you say, and so it goes.
And I
At
close.
the end. Yeah.
In
with
other words, like
words.
Walter Concrete, and that's the way it is.
So
Tuesday.
how would you end it?
And
So,
now you know the rest of the story.
yeah, see how he does that? Or at the end of my show, I go, look at you. You made it all the way through. Or, something like that. They're like, don't hurt nobody. Be
Good
careful.
who said this? Now
Yeah.
I'm going to really test you guys. At the end of every show, right before you hit the last note, good night, Austin, Texas, wherever you are.
Ooh, I like that.
Night, Austin, Texas. Wow. Why would he mention Austin, Texas?
It's an inside joke between him and the band for some reason. Good night, Austin, Texas.
D.
wherever you
Snyder.
are. Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa.
He must have had a problem there. Like they didn't want to have him there.
I don't know.
But that's.
But so you would end your show with. Let me just hear it. Let me just hear a test of how it would end.
No, I just think it would probably end well. I think we're going to wrap it up right now, and so it goes. Another week is coming up on us, and let's all be kind to one another out there, and let's try and have a few laughs. And so it goes.
I like it.
I'm serious.
I'm using it.
Finish this one out that way.
Welcome to Pocket Party Podcast, and so it goes. No, I always call you Podcast Gold. Whenever you're on, people love to listen to you, man. You've got it.
I hope you guys keep telling me that I should be doing a podcast, and
just not this one.
Not this one.
No, I'm joking.
No,
You're great.
We'll try it out. I'm going to give it a shot. I said to myself, let's try 200 episodes
or more. Why two? Don't ever put a cap on it.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Might. I mean, you know what I mean.
You're right. It could be. Yeah, because you never know. It's the 201st.
Here's the thing that I
get
found.
The contract.
When I listen to a podcast and I like it, I hate when they stop doing it. It's a bummer. It's like, damn. So, guys, I apologize for the breaks that I have taken, but I'm back, and as you can see, we're pumping them out, and all your good feedback, it helps because it does encourage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Yeah. So, anyways, it's like, you know, you don't want to just do like 10 and then quit or 12. No, you just keep doing it. It's easy to do, and now yours is going to be maybe bigger than mine because you'll be using cameras. You know what I mean? Video, and that'll be then your editor will chop up clips and get it out there.
Whatever you do, don't bring on Howie Wallfish.
Yeah, bring on Howie Wallfish. Howie's got a good voice.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah, Howie's got a great voice.
Does he really?
Yeah, Howie Wallfish?
Yeah.
Does he really? You've talked to Howie on the phone.
I talk to him every day.
Does he really?
But what I'm saying is, when I say does he really, I meant it in the form of like you've picked up on something with him with his voice?
Yeah. What if we called him right now? Would he answer?
Yeah, call him.
All right. You guys, listen to this guy's voice. I'm just going to
hear it. Let's hear it.
All right. I hope he doesn't.
What kind of podcast?
Okay, hold on. Don't. Hold on. Let's.
You want me to get him? You want me to get him, or you think he'll pick up because it's?
Let me fix my hair.
Oh wait, do I have his number? Wait, hold on.
Hold on, I got it right
You know what it is?
here.
I'm trying to hurry. That's why. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Call him because if he sees this from you, he's definitely going to pick it up.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, hold on.
Howie Wallfish.
Hold on. Howie, I'm recording a podcast right now, and I just said how great of a voice you have. Do I have permission to put you on the podcast?
You want to talk to me right
now?
Yes,
now. We're all on here.
Yeah, with Dean Larry. Is it okay if I record your voice?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hang up and call you right back.
Hang up, Hal. Oh.
Okay, watch this.
This is my business partner, by the way.
Check this guy out. Can you guys hear?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one and only Howie Wallfish. Howie, how are you?
Okay, a little tired.
Howie, he claimed just now out of frigging nowhere, he claimed that Howie Wallfish has a great voice because he was talking about my voice for podcasting. And he said, you know who else has a great voice is Howie Wallfish. And I went, really? And he goes, what do you mean really? You speak to him every day. And I go, yeah, but I never viewed it that way. So now I said, call him because I want to see how his voice is that I'm missing out on. So go ahead for the viewer audiences.
Well, I have a voice of authority, a very commanding voice. I had to contend with interactive theater for decades with people who spent the first 45 minutes to an hour knocking back cocktails. So
he's
many
right.
times, the audience participation turned into audience disruption, and somebody had to reel them in and get them attentive. And I did that not because I'm 6'8", 325 pounds of solid muscle. I did that because I have a very commanding voice.
Well, you know something? I got to be honest with you. Now that I have listened to your voice, I'm actually going, he does. He has a very good voice. Now, don't take offense to this. Do not take any offense whatsoever. You have like that Edward Murrow, who the audience that listens to Darren's podcast probably doesn't even know who I'm talking about. But you have that voice of a guy, and like I said, do not get offended by this, who smokes. And you have that which I've always loved voices of people who smoke, but not heavy smokers, like with, that need another lung. Okay, I'm talking about you have that voice of like an Edward Murrow now that I'm listening to you.
You talking about the news guy, the famous news guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do?
Well, I smoked pot for many years and never smoked cigarettes.
There you go.
It's been over 19 years since I've smoked pot, but what's funny is I was watching Exorcist 3 with Rod Steiger as the detective, and he has that gravelly voice.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, I've never been told I've had that kind of voice. But I can't tell you how many people over the years have said I should be doing voiceover work. I should be a DJ, and then they hand you their card, and then they want you to come take their classes.
Of course.
And the day I need to take classes about how to speak is the day I just go jump off a building.
All right, Howie, we're gonna let you go. But the reason your name came up is I told Dean you got to start your podcast, man, and then I'm here with John DiResta,
chimed
and
in.
DiResta goes, "Oh, and Howie Wallfish." I go, "Dude, he's got a great voice. I think you should come on Dean's podcast. I'd love to hear both
I
of
told
you guys.
him. Oh, yeah, absolutely, he's coming on.
I'd love to hear you talk."
He's got to go and start the podcast already.
Yeah. That's all
Yeah.
happening. Absolutely.
That's what they told the captain of the Titanic when they said to him, "You're going to get that boat to New York safely, right?" His response was, "Oh yeah. That's definitely happening."
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
You're supposed to be comedians. That's funny. Get it?
That's humor.
Yeah, it's definitely
Howie,
happening.
do
So
you-
I said,
we're gonna-
the last guy that said, yeah, it's definitely happening was the captain of the Titanic when they asked him, "Are you going to get the boat to New York safely?" And he said, yeah, that's definitely happening. And we all know what happened there.
That's twice you tried it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you're gonna do Howie. Before we let you go, do you have any words of wisdom for our listeners? Something from the heart.
Pay attention. Engage in situational awareness. Manage your money well. And adopt a dog.
Absolutely on adopt
A
a
pit
dog.
bull.
A pit bull.
A pit bull.
Howie, will you tell these guys how pit bulls are the greatest dogs? Because these guys totally destroyed pit bulls tonight in this
We love it. We love it.
in the
We-
podcast.
podcast.
Will you explain?
You guys actually buy into the bullshit? Do you not know Rebecca Corey? Do you not know the truth about pit bulls at the turn of the century?
Correct.
They're called nanny dogs.
Yep.
They leave people would leave their kids with the dog. You want to go after the kid?
And where are those people now? I ask you,
Where are
Howie.
those 125-year-old people now?
I had a 55-pound red-nosed pit. The rest knew my dog.
Merlin?
55-pound red-nosed pit bull, the sweetest love bug. But one day, a guy that...
There we go.
What's that?
No, one day guy.
One day, what happened?
One day, there was a guy that lived next door that had a tenant living in his guest house. The guy, I don't know where he was from. That was the landlord. He had the aggressive, Latino energy.
Easy.
Guest house. The guy that lived in the guest house was way behind on rent. So and was constantly not showing up. So the owner stood across the street and lay in wait. When he saw the guy come out, and I was out there with Merlin, but that's the pit bull. I hadn't put the leash on him yet when I left the gate out of the driveway. And this guy was coming with very aggressive energy across the street as I was talking to his tenant that owed him money. And Merlin walked. He ran into the street, jumped up, and bit the guy, just nipped the guy in the thigh. I never trained him to be protective or to attack. He didn't have the command
Just
to
nipped
attack.
him.
But he
Just nipped him, guys. The nanny dog.
wanted to let the guy know, no, you're not fucking with my human. That's not going to happen. And he ruined the guy's $50 jeans.
$50 jeans.
He nipped him in the thigh and ripped the jeans.
We have a question.
Howie, as much as I love you, it's DiResta, and I know I burnt down your backyard, and I apologize.
No, you didn't burn down the whole backyard. You burnt down the garage, but it's the manner in which you did it. Your brother's Leonardo da Vinci. You've been working in woodwork for 30 years, and you didn't know that when you have varnished rags, they ought to go in a steel container with a tight steel lid.
Yeah.
The fire chief could not believe it when I told him.
Dude, this guy talks a lot. Did I wake? Does he drink coffee all night? He's still going.
He didn't know.
We love you, Howard.
The best part of the thing.
He didn't know that they varnished rags spontaneously could dust. I'll tell you something else.
Well, that's not what I would call to talk about.
Let me tell you
Let's
something else. So explain. This explains DiResta's mentality. He never wore
Let sleeping rags
proper mask.
Yeah. Howie, DiResta has something to tell you.
Use that varnish, and you'll see what happens to your brain.
Okay, Howie.
Use your mic.
Howie,
on a more Pitbull story. I had to open that back gate every day for about a year or two to get to my shop, and Merlin with a Pitbull was out there. And one time, Matt left the gate open, and Merlin, the baby nanny, the soft little pit bulls that don't hurt anyone, bit a black guy in the calf. You remember that? We got sued.
And I know exactly what happened.
Okay? Watch this.
That guy was coming towards the gate and was acting hostile. So Merlin said no.
Very aggressive Latino behavior.
Probably the guy was coming for you, and Merlin said no.
Well,
No.
watch this. The black guy circled around me and Matt, and one of the younger guys had a piece of wood in his hand, and he asked the father figure, should I go crazy on them? They were going to beat me to death because your sweet little puppy bit a black person. Your turn.
Right, because I had told Merlin
I love this guy's voice.
fucked up at some point.
Well,
All right. We'll see you on the next podcast.
Howie, thanks for calling in.
Merlin, when you see an opportunity to get DiResta, messed up, initiate that. So that's what he did.
All right. I love you.
Love you, buddy. Love you, Howie.
Howie,
Love
I'll
you,
talk to you
Howie.
tomorrow.
Backyard
Talk to you
comedy.
tomorrow, Howie.
Thanks for calling, buddy. Thank you.
Pit bulls are the best dogs. Everybody should go to the shelter and adopt one.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, this is Howie Walters signing off.
Dude,
That was the best part of the fucking.
that was hilarious. Use your microphone.
Are we still on?
Yes, we're still
What are we
on.
doing? A 7-hour?
I know. I'm trying to wrap it up,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you got
That was the funniest part of this pod. This is great.
If people could hang in there, I make fun of the Billy Joel documentary. Look how long this thing's gone, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank Dr. Dean. Start your podcast,
Dean Larrett, yes.
Dr. Nook.
Dr. Nook, aka John DiResta. Follow
you.
him and stuff. If you like furniture, reach out to him. And if you guys hit that Buy Me a Coffee link, thank you for another great episode.
This was
And
fun, Darren.
we hope,
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next time, let's do it. And maybe we'll keep it shorter. I don't know. You guys let
all
us
good.
know what you think. We love you guys. Have a great week. It's November.
Be
Make
good.
the best of it.
Be good.
And so it goes.
So it goes.
In my balls.
And so it goes.
Be nice and kind to somebody.
Christmas sucks.
And so it goes.
New Year's is going to be great.
And so it goes.
I never had a bar mitzvah.
And so it goes.
The guy in the front row blew me. No,
Oh, he's got it.
doing your joke. Doing your
Pit
joke.
bulls are nanny dogs.
Pit bulls in there. Hey, let me just tell you, just on
Oh,
the
God.
QT.
Okay.
In Little Rascals, Petey was a pit bull.
No way.
Petey is a pit bull.
Wow.
Look that up,
Dude,
folks.
watch this. After this, I have no further questions.
Okay.
The guy that just called
Yeah.
to say pit bulls are misunderstood
Yeah.
had to fess up that his dog bit two people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one of them I was involved in and almost got my face beat in with a 2x4. Because the younger guy said to the father figure, should I go crazy on him? He meant me and Matt should have beat them to death. Because the one kid was being taken away in an ambulance with his calf ripped open
Damn.
by those beautiful little dogs that don't hurt anybody.
The little nanny dogs. Wow. Well,
All right.
No further questions.
all right.
The defense rests.
The defense
Good
rests.
night,
Thank you,
ladies and
guys.
gentlemen.
Start your party. We just started your party in your ear holes.
Everybody listen to Darren Carter. We all know he's the party starter. So if you want to listen to a podcast for free, then listen to the Pocket Party.